This is Feargal Sharkey. He's a one-time rock star with the Northern Irish band the Undertones. But he's also deeply concerned about the state of England's water resources. He's brought us here to Hertfordshire, near London, to look at some of the rivers. Or perhaps it's better to say, to look for some rivers. After one of the driest summers in decades, water levels have been dropping and some watercourses have dried up entirely, especially in the fast-growing southeast. Feargal, a keen local angler, thinks it's all the result of corner cutting and poor regulation. Our first stop is the River Vere near St Albans.
The River Vere is one of a very long list of rivers in the south and southeast of England that have been massively environmentally impacted upon by the activities of the water industry. The simple answer is, when you turn your tap on, this is what it does to our local rivers and what regulation has allowed to happen.
Demand for water is growing in the southeast because of population growth. The local water companies don't have the storage facilities to deal with the extra demand. So, according to Feargal, they just take more and more out of the local rivers by drilling boreholes.
We are currently about 8-9 miles downstream from the source of the River Bean. There should be between us and upstream 9 miles of water. There isn't, because little by little the reservoir, the aquifer storage underneath the ground has been reduced and reduced and reduced, that there is simply now no river left.
The last big reservoir to be built in England was at Kielder in Northumberland in 1989, the year the industry was privatised. Since then, sucking more water out of the ground has been the cheap and easy answer.
If it was at any point in history that you would think as mankind we would be grown up, adult enough and sensitive enough and have enough of an empathy with the environment and our surroundings, it would have been within the last 3 decades. But it's exactly the point in time that we turned our backs on these rivers.
Feargal sees a direct link between the borehole in this building and falling water levels in the river. With a growing population, radical measures are needed.
And we're all going to have to get used to the fact that waters are going to become more expensive. We're probably all going to have meters fitted, recording exactly how, when and where we're using water. And we're all going to have to get used to using an awful lot less of it, or in reality, using it in a more efficient, effective way.
The water companies agree there's a problem, but claim they are trying to manage it. Thames Water, which supplies most of London, says it's planning to meet future pressures by building a new reservoir, which would relieve pressure on the chalk streams. Meanwhile, the Environment Agency doesn't accept Feargal's analysis that it's asleep at the stopcock. They say, the changes we have made to abstraction licences over the past 10 years are saving more than 30 billion litres of water per year and helping to protect some of our most important wildlife habitats. There's plenty of scope for improvement though. 30 billion litres is just 0.3% of the water abstracted last year.
Not only have the water companies failed our rivers, but our regulators have equally failed those rivers. But all is not lost. It can be reclaimed. It just needs everybody to show some determination, some vision, some leadership.
There are few more verdant places than England's riverbanks, but without some fundamental action, their future could be bleak.